Okay, I hope you didn't find those too tricky, although there were 1 or 2 tricky questions in there. Let's see if I managed to catch you out. Okay, so for number 1, the key thing here is to get rid of the legalese. Simply use a simple defined form. We don't need hereinafter known as. It gives us absolutely nothing at all apart from a negative impression of your writing. So get rid of it and use the appropriate defined definition style that you've chosen. I prefer, as I said in the explanation video, bolding the defined terms and not bolding the inverted commas and the brackets. You can't really see it here, but that's the style that I prefer. For number 2, what's going on here? This is like the example question I gave you in the explanation video. We're talking about a tax due diligence and a legal due diligence. So these defined terms should be very, very similar. There's only one word, or one letter, sorry, that's different. So the definitions should reflect this. So this should be TDD, not just tax, and LDD. And of course, the style should be uniform. This is just something that avoids confusion, because the reader will just look at that and think, why is that tax due diligence called tax? And why is LDD called why is the legal due diligence called LDD? There are due diligences. Why aren't the It's just something, as I said, that introduces a little bit of doubt and a little bit of confusion into the reader's mind. And I'll come back to the discussion about tax as a defined term in just a second. Which virtual data room, VDR or data room, provider should we use? Here, the problem is we're defining one term or one issue or one concept in 2 different ways. Why? Why can't we just say VDR? We don't have to say data room, we can just say VDR. Let's choose one and use it. If you want to use data room, then use data room, not a problem, but just use data room, not VDD, or VDR, sorry. Number 4, should we file an appeal with the Supreme Court? And you're probably thinking, what's wrong with this? Well, this is the same problem with the defined term tax in question number 2. Don't use words which can be easily confused with other related concepts or ideas. For example, court could be any kind of court, not necessarily Supreme Court. So when we choose a defined term, we've got to make a defined term specific enough to the word we are defining. So court is not a good idea. Tax is not a good idea. But if we said SC, then that is memorable, that's very easy for the reader to work with. And number 5, we've got a proper old mess here. What we've got here is a defined term which is not in brackets at all. We've got a mismatch of information, or we've got words in the wrong order, and we've got this European style of inverted commas which we want to avoid in an English document. Nothing says this document has been prepared on a non-English computer than something like that, which in English just looks like a mistake. If you're not accustomed to this, and I am accustomed to this, I've been working in Poland now for God knows how many years, I just see that this is a slip. But if you were sending this to someone, I don't know, in Australia, maybe South Africa, America, Canada, something like this, and you give them a form with this lower inverted comma, they're going to scratch their heads and say, well, I've never seen that before. So here we can correct this by doing this. We will represent big company clients, and you can see here that I've used a normal active voice sentence to communicate a simple message. Please don't overcomplicate simple messages.